Well, hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of Ask Dr. Bitcoin. I mean, today we're just inhabiting the Ask Dr. Bitcoin set. Today we're talking about something non-crypto related. Throughout my career, I have been I've if there's anything I've consistently done as a journalist, editorialist, I have bagged on, hated on uh, Apple products consistently. And today will be no exception. I am going to talk about the Apple Vision Pro. We're going to do some reaction videos. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to do some reaction videos. We're going to have a couple of laughs. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. In the other room. Yeah, so today we're going to talk about the Apple Vision Pro. So it's really kind of a reaction thing. We talked about it on the show on the Merge Roundtable a few times in the last week or so, or last couple of months, really.
Mark Schutz made many short forms on it from like a year ago to now.
Yeah, and we did one on Web3 Ready last week in the behind the scenes shoot that we did. Something about. So like some scare
Like
quotes
computers becoming your face or something.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand, like, as it's been out for a week, I can understand why some of the things that we're going to make fun of today are happening, because I have been using augmented reality myself with the X-Real glasses product for a while, and I understand how transformative that can be, but it doesn't make it any less goofy to see. So I don't know. I guess we should probably just jump right in.
Sure.
It's going to be more fun to watch these videos.
You don't want to go get the
X-Reels? I'll message Jacob to come bring them to me real quick,
cool,
and that way we can.
I think they're a good foil for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's hop in.
Hang on one sec. Let me get. Hey kiddo, comma, can you reach into my backpack and bring me my X-Real glasses? Okay. All right. What are we looking at here?
Trying to straighten out this damn box. But this is
new slate. I dig the new slate though.
Yeah. Trying to up it. This is, I guess, MKBH. I don't know. Let's see. This is what a FaceTime call looks like using the digital persona feature on the $3,500 Apple Vision Pro.
Got it.
Would you prefer the program or would you prefer just seeing that?
Either way is fine. I can see both pretty well.
Do you see the Mac up top?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
Cool. All right.
Marquez, you look the most like you of anyone I've seen in this, I would say.
You guys, you'll both look like not like a photo of you, but like someone drew you from a memory.
From a nightmare they had of me. Like I can't move my hair, so it's just all like on my chest kind of.
Yeah.
It's like connected to your collar, yeah.
Can you do a big hair swish in real life? What happens?
Yeah.
So this is The Verge, right? Like this is like this is a big tech gadget blog. This is part of their review of the FaceTime stuff in the Apple. Like it looks about like what you'd expect a Gen 1 product to look like. I don't understand why they put it out like this. Like, why were they under pressure? Is there some reason why they had to put out a half-baked product?
Yeah, I don't like this part of it. It's like they just could have just stuck with the avatars for now, or like whatever they had, the little Mii's or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Or like have an option, like turn it off and on, because
this is nightmare fuel.
it really.
Or there's the tech to like take the 360 image of your face and turn it into a persona. This they're trying to do in real time, right?
Yeah.
Just don't do that. I don't.
You have to really wonder, like, where was this ready for prime time when you can say the product that came from Facebook, came from Meta, is a better product than your Apple product? Like, you don't want to, if you're Apple, you don't want to say that. Like, you don't want to have anybody be able to say that the thing that came from the company that brought you Facebook.
Can you think of any time where Apple has released the product this embarrassingly.
Half baked? No. Like I mean, like
Right? They normally, no matter what your opinion is on Apple, they will release it polished as fuck.
I mean, this is kind of what I was saying with Mark, which was that like I see that this is the first major product launch that really shows everybody how much Steve Jobs' standards were a part of Apple. Like there's so much about this product that is not there's no longer Steve Jobs Apple anymore. It's like a descendant of it, but it's a very distant one.
The this comment, I'm not spending $5K to look at my friend's obituary photo.
Yes. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, this is the moment. Like yeah, just hit play on this. I wanted to dwell like so everyone's probably like seen this or scrolled past this video, but you got to like really dwell in the moment. Like you got to like yeah. It's the first guy coming out of the Apple store with the Vision Pro. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I can't. Can you think of a time you've bought anything from a store
The
that
Wii.
requires that much
The
fast
Wii.
food?
The Wii.
The Wii?
The Wii.
Yeah?
Yes.
You
I don't know if you remember that. That was more than this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like the last time I remember something like this with this much, I mean, so there was something that wasn't an Apple product. The only thing that there was this much like kind of like manufactured fanfare about, or that kind of turned into something that felt genuine, was Windows 95.
Really?
Yeah, there was people like there was the cringiest, weirdest thing that happened in that whole launch. There was a group of guys that were so like into it. They all had like facial piercings that they linked together, and then there was some sort of like walkathon thing where like they timed like they walked from some distance away. They timed their arrival to be with the actual product launch or something. It was
That's
like
amazing. No, like the Wii had like, it was one of those limited things like the PS5 or whatever came out, right? So it was like there was the initial Wii drop, and then everyone got to play their rich friends Wii, and then it came out like every 6 months or every couple months. Each store would have like 2 or 3. So my family like waited in line at Walmart till midnight to get that shit.
maybe a Harry
wild.
Potter book drop.
Yes,
Like
that too.
Yeah.
I did all. I mean, I didn't do that. I don't like Harry Potter.
yeah, it's not. You can't. You have to acknowledge the controversy of Harry Potter now when you talk about that. It's
I don't think people even give a shit about the transphobia and J.K. Rowling being cringe. Harry Potter's cringe. That's the worst part. Like no one cares why.
right. Yeah, you're not canceled for the transphobia. You're canceled because you're trying to play Quidditch.
Yes. All right, and let's move on.
That quote there is going to go as viral as our next Taylor Swift video.
Good as hell. All right, we got a good post on Twitter.
I think this guy, if it wasn't this guy, there was another guy that got arrested or got a ticket for doing this exact thing. And I saw one this morning that it was like while I don't think I put it in the list that I sent to you, but it was a guy getting out of a cyber truck. It was like he must have like been imagining himself as like Tom Cruise from a Minority Report, because he came out and he was doing all these like really dramatic swipes and things like that, slammed his Cybertruck door and walked across the parking lot. Like, yeah, this is peak I don't know, whatever we expected to happen, this is the peak moment right here. I don't know what else to say. This is just peak. This is peak
Yeah,
Apple
this
Vision
is-
Pro.
I mean, once they talk to, is Apple making a car? Are they?
You know, it has to be somewhere in the pipeline. Yeah.
So who's gonna get to this first, Elon or Apple? I don't. That's the.
Will Elon make a augmented reality helmet before Apple makes a car? That's the question. I mean, he basically put an iPad in the dashboard. Okay, so this next one, this is actually, I know this guy. So that's it's just a random, like if you didn't know him. But this is Mrs. Michael Sidorzuski. He's a local Dallas guy, Dallas startup guy. And it was the first picture of somebody that I saw out in public that I knew wearing these things in a coffee shop. And I don't know that I can't remember if I interacted with his tweet or not. But I have since seen him, like as recently as like 5 minutes ago, just before we got on the air, seen him defending everything about the Apple Vision Pro. I know I got into an interaction with him before, because his tweet was, "I love that I can pay for something using my retinal scan inside my Apple Vision Pro." And I commented that I've been, because these X-Real glasses that I've been using. I said, I've been able to do that since March when I bought these guys on my Android. And he's like, ho, what, with Google Pay? And I'm like, Google Pay, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, cryptocurrency, anything that I can use a thumbnail for, because my thumbprint for, because thumbprint is how you can authenticate your biometrics with your Android phone. Didn't reply to that. But it's just another instance where an Apple fanboy got super excited about a thing that we've had on Android for I don't know how many years.
I feel like, okay, I'm sorry, but I feel like you're just using this moment to shit on this guy.
Well, this is bait. I'm sure he's watching this or will
Is he a
watch that.
big? Let's see. Let me click his.
This is the only thing Michael and I ever argued about was Apple fanboy stuff.
Oh, he's just a normal person.
Yeah, he's a normal person,
Okay.
but he's like a, you know.
Well, he's a normal person who puts atheist in his bio, but yeah.
He's normal-ish. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's.
I mean, he has 1K followers. I thought this would be so even more so. You're using this to call out your friend.
Yeah, exactly. If I can't do this to call out if I can't use, he's likely to respond. You know. No, this isn't like a Robert Scoble. Although I am looking forward to the Robert Scoble in the shower video with the Apple Vision Pro, because it is bound to happen at some point.
Elaborate.
Okay, so the thing that is widely cited as having killed the last AR product that we had that was widely launched 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was, the Google Glass, was a demonstration that it worked while wet, when Apple, or when Robert Scoble, who is a tech blogger at the time, still a tech blogger, took a video of him and a picture of himself in the shower. And he's not I mean, Robert Scoble is just a normal looking guy, but he's a normal looking guy. He's not like, you know, a Hemsworth or something.
I see.
Yeah. It's like a video. You don't want a video of me in the shower either, you know? I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I haven't started an OnlyFans, so we'll have to see. Yeah. It'll pop right the hell up. Robert Scoble, Google Glass shower.
Am I spelling Scoville right?
Scoble.
Oh, Scoville. I got my mind on peppers.
Ah.
Oh. Fuck yeah.
See that picture right there, the one that's a hand-drawn one? This picture was so so well, it made it to a Magic Leap's patent.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I would take this over this.
Yeah.
Just pretend this is a shower.
I mean, it's a perfect how it started, how it's going situation. Like the Google Glass was an amazingly fashionable looking piece of AR hardware, and now this is what we've got, which is, I mean, come on. I don't know if you've got the New York Post headline handy, but like we definitely said it first here on the show. Yeah. Apple Vision Pro upset discovery VR porn doesn't work as a $3,500 chastity belt.
Yeah, that was your joke. Probably not the only.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
It's not particularly
whole-
original or an original thought, but it's definitely.
the whole. Are you familiar with the whole? What's the postulate? Like the monkeys around the world developing, like finding fire at the same time. I don't.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm not sure what the name is for that, but I've heard of the concept. Yeah, it's just, and it's happening everywhere. So I started like gathering these videos of people using it in public on like Thursday or whatever, and I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 of these things. It's gonna be a short little, and it's just everywhere. Like, and this is a New York subway thing, and I think I even saw a headline about it. Like, you're basically wearing a $3,500 apparatus on your head in the middle of New York City. Like, how are these people not getting mugged and robbed? Like, just grab the thing off their head and run with it. It's a $3,500 piece of equipment. You know how much it costs. Yeah, this is the guy that was getting a ticket for wearing it while he was driving in his Tesla. Yeah, I mean,
So, I'm. Can you explain what are they doing with their hands? Because they just look like, you know, Helen Keller or something. I don't. Is that
Yeah.
offensive? I don't. Fuck Helen Keller.
it's what she. I mean, it's what she would
was
look
a,
like.
You know,
if-
she was a eugenicist.
I did know that there's a really crazy. I think it's a Radiolab episode on how she went through this whole. She was a eugenicist at the time because a lot of, and this is a really weird rabbit hole, because of a lot of the people she admired were eugenicists, and she was trying to have a platform, and it's just a really weird way to. I think it was a lot of people that were in the world of promoting education for blind people.
Wait, so basically what we do here.
Yeah.
That's why.
Basically, it would be as if Ryan Harper and you were eugenicists, and the only way that I could be on the air was like, oh yeah, me too, huh? Okay, I guess I'm down. But like, you know, and there were no other options for being, you know, on the internet.
Okay, I think you're just being a Keller apologist. I don't fuck that.
It was weird, dude. You gotta listen. It's like a 45-minute kind of like audio documentary.
Radiolab, those guys are all eugenicists too.
Is that right?
I think so.
I listened to it on the way back from South by Southwest a couple of years ago, and that's the only reason I have any kind of information in my head about the whole.
You were probably coming down off something.
I mean, it was South by. Who knows? Who knows what was going on with me?
All right, let's see what else we got.
Yeah, doop doop.
Okay,
And he stops. It's like, make it bigger. Okay, gotta go. I got it.
correct me if I'm wrong. Like, you can do whatever he's doing with your end reels, right?
I can do it with my end reels. You can't do what he's doing with apparently the current version of the Meta Quest, because the Meta Quest has a safety feature that you have to, like, if you walk out of like a certain area, like all the AR stuff
Right, yeah.
doesn't work or something.
Yeah, but my whole point is you look normal
Right.
with those on. Well, ish.
Well, ish. I mean, they are. I mean, like, I'll wear them. Like, they're a little bit bulky.
They're
right?
a little freaky, but
Like, I can't get away, and they're dark, right? See, I would like it if they could make some of these that have lenses that you can make clear and then dark when you need to have a better, like a better like user experience inside. I I mean, you can kind of see when I turn my head to the side, like you can see like all the weird stuff that's going on, and like how it kind of sits off my face, like normal glasses necessarily wouldn't. Uh, but I wore these things, in the RRC where I was when I was coming in when I was still in BOP custody, and I didn't get any flack from the management or the guards when I was wearing them, right? So they will pass. I mean, they thought I was blind. They're like, "Hey, blindy, what's going on?" But
I mean, you could probably do the same with the visions.
yeah, sure. They're like, "Hey, what's going on, skier?" You're like, "Gonna go hit the Alps?" Waiting, just got an upgrade.
Wait,
Yeah,
is he masturbating in the bottom left?
maybe. I mean, I'm kind of reminded of the Pete Holmes skit, where he's talking about like, you can't you just be, can't you just exist? Like especially when the guy in the Tesla when he's sitting there doing whatever he's doing.
And that coming from you is something.
Well, I mean, I had about 9 months to figure out how to be present. I do know how to be present. It's
That's true. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
nothing like life demands nothing of you in traffic other than to just be with your thoughts for a few minutes. And the guy at like the Tesla videos, the guy where the car's auto driving and he's got the ski
He's
helmet
probably
on.
doing business, drop shipping. You don't know.
Sure, you got to hustle, you got to grind. You got to get that grind set going. Oh, actually, go to the Twitter. Skip ahead to some of the Twitter links because there is a guy that's been lampooning that. It's probably towards the bottom of the list of links that I gave you. Back to, maybe? I think it's this guy. Yes. How I watch sports with the Apple Vision Pro.
Hey guys, just wanted to show you real quick how I enjoy my breakfast with the Apple Vision Pro. As you can see here, I'm watching 33 different NBA games at the exact same time, just covering my entire wall. In case I'm not getting enough dopamine hits over here, I can look over here and I got X. I can scroll X and I can like posts. As you see, it's very easy to scroll X on the Apple Vision Pro. Over here, I'm looking at my different scores. I'm checking out, how much money I'm making off fantasy, off sports betting. So, if I'm not getting enough dopamine here, I'm not getting enough dopamine here. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from, Greg posting over here. I can get some more dopamine over here. And this is how I eat a bacon, egg, and cheese with ketchup and hot sauce. My Apple Vision Pro there. So while you're watching YouTube while you eat on a tiny little iPhone 3GS, I'm here watching 100 different things at the same time. So enjoy your breakfast. Happy Saturday morning, everyone. We'll talk soon.
That's good shit.
He's got like 17 of these things, and the one that you made me think of with like you got to grind and whatnot. There's one where he's describing how he. Oh, this is the Bored Ape
Found
one.
a great new use case for my Apple Vision Pro. I'm finally getting some value out of my NFTs. A couple years ago, I spent about $3 million on these NFTs. They've gone down to about $30,000, but you know what? I finally have value for them because I can hang them around my apartment as art. Before they were just kind of images on my cell phone. Now they're beautiful pieces of art around my apartment. I even have 2 of them I sleep with every single night. As you know, I wear my Apple Vision Pro to bed. So I have 2 I can sleep with every single night. This was value and ROI I wasn't getting before on these NFTs. I have them now. Yes, my girlfriend dumped me and moved out because of the Bored Apes in the bed, but that's totally fine. I spent...
Yeah. Should get Loudmouth in here for a couple of these. There was one where he actually he does a bunch of these for a bunch of different like little use. The one that I thought was silly and funny was the one that he was talking about how to make money, and there's like a tour of his whole apartment. It actually does show off the features of where you can have like the persistent videos. But
Show you what my morning routine's like with the Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, this is
As
the
you
one.
can see, I'm in bed right now. I wear my Apple Vision Pro to bed actually, so that the moment I wake up, I can immediately start being productive. So the moment I open my eyes, I can see the price of Bitcoin. I have 90% of my net worth in Bitcoin, so I want to make sure that prices keep going up. Over here, I got X. This allows me to see what my engagement is like overnight, how many likes, retweets, reposts did I get, things like that. You know, anyone who knows productivity knows you need as much dopamine hits as you possibly can first thing in the morning to get you that energy throughout the entire day. By checking my engagement and refreshing the feed for 2 to 3 hours, I'm able to get that dopamine hit that's going to get me through the entire day.
So actually, yeah, keep playing that one because
After 1 or
this
2
is
hours
the
of
only
being in
cool
bed,
thing
I
about
make
this
my way
is
over here, sit down on
he
the
shows.
couch, and then I have my next battle station set
All
up
right,
for the
now
next
you can pause
stage
it.
of my productivity morning.
But like that is kind of cool. That is a feature that I don't have on the X Reels, I guess, and I don't know if that's something that exists in the Meta Quest or not. But where you can like pin different screens around different parts of where it is that you are. With my X Reels, the plebe feature that we have there is you just have screens that kind of surround you like you're kind of sitting inside of a sphere. So if you want to see your multiple screens, you can't just walk across the room for a different workstation. You just got to kind of pivot in your chair and you're able to see screens over here or whatever.
See, I think some of this stuff is cool as hell. Like that feature, it's just the form factor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'll take time to get, you know, just wake me up when there's the cornea implants or whatever, you know.
Right. Well, I mean, like, and is it worth $3,500 to have that feature?
I mean, that's super expensive, right? $3,500. Considering what it is it because they're using like the same tech, like silicone that they're using in their computers and stuff, right? That are priced the same. I guess those are overpriced too, but it's $3,500, but it's the first iteration of an Apple product. Like that's
See, and here's where, like, to get serious and not react to a bunch of silly stuff. The thing that I've always said about these is that, and what makes it to me seem like this is not a Steve Jobs Apple product, is the approach to construction is completely backwards. This is just a display technology, right? Like it is completely input agnostic. You can input via like a USB-C or HDMI. You can have you can have they make a pack for it where you can have a wireless. And so you can switch from a variety of different inputs. That's why this thing is 80 grams. And the Apple product is 1.5 pounds because it's a full computer with batteries strapped to your head, which is insane. Why would you do that? Apple has a full computer device in the form of an iPhone that fits in your pocket, and they have air casting. They have a proprietary format for, you know, sending a video signal from one device to another. Put the Apple device in your head. Maybe add a ton of different sensors or something to this thing because like you're Apple and you want to make it cool and you want to make it do a bunch of stuff. But why would you make the whole computer strapped to your head? I don't want to strap a computer to my head. I barely want to carry it in my pocket, but if I'm going to do it, it's going to be in my pocket, not my head. Right?
very good point, Mark.
Like,
yeah, like everything you do and you need to do is in your pocket. And then the glasses are a display. The iPhone is super capable. I don't know. It can probably handle this shit.
I mean, like this is so my journey through AR this year was as many of you know, I came out of prison. I was in this type of facility called an RRC. They have this weird rule that even though it's a halfway house, you're supposed to spend your time there getting back into the job market. For somewhere, there's this weird federal rule that you can't have a laptop. You can have an Xbox, you can have a phone, you can have a tablet, but for some weird rule, it's like an affectation of the federal rules around these things. You can't have a laptop. Obviously, I'm a geek. I need to have a laptop for me to do the types of jobs that I need to do. So I found a workaround, right? My phone at the time was a Samsung like S9. I know from the past that this got this DeX mode in it where you can basically run it like a laptop. If you plug in an external screen, get a Bluetooth keyboard, you get a Bluetooth mouse, you've got a full laptop. And then I was like looking around like, okay, I really don't want to buy an extra screen to carry around. They break easily. Let's see what these virtual glasses can do. I kind of had my eye on them for a while, so I got these X Reels. At the time, I think they were $350. Now you can get them for like $250 for the first gen ones. Plugged it in, and it's basically like a full screen that's like, I don't know, like the equivalent to like 170 inches or something. I was able to do 90% of everything I needed to do with my S9, but the problem was it was an S9. It's like from like 2019 or something like that. The battery life was awful. I wound up upgrading to a full S23 Ultra. Figured if I'm going to be using this thing as my main desktop, I should get like the latest version. Turns out the S23 Ultra is better as a desktop machine than any Chromebook that you can buy because the processors are just better. Plus, it's got graphics acceleration built in. So, at the end of the day, I have to assume the the iPhone's going to be at least as good as the top of the line Samsung product in terms of CPU and graphics acceleration. That puts the Apple top of the line product and the Samsung top of the line product, head and shoulders ahead of the netbook class and the Chromebook class desktop computers.
But I think you hit the nail on it's all ethos. Like Apple wants to sell a $3,500 product, not a $350 accessory to everyone has an iPhone.
Sure.
Why not 10x and everyone will have an iPhone and a headset?
Yeah. I mean, that probably is the thinking. It's just
right, because people are going to buy it. People who can't afford it are going to buy it eventually.
Right. But then you could sell them an Apple keyboard for $400 and an Apple mouse for, I don't know what, $200.
And then there you go.
Instead of selling them a 30, you could boost the price in other categories, as opposed to just selling them.
No, but listen, they can sell the $3,500 headset, and then when people are tired of doing this, they'll buy an Apple keyboard to attach to that headset and a mouse.
This is the perfect time to pull up the Aqua Teen Hunger Force video because a lot of people I saw online were saying like the Simpsons called it in like 2016, but I mean this Adult Swim video is from like I want to say like it's got to be it's 2011 12. I don't know this clip is older than 2016.
The clip was up 15 years ago.
Yeah, so just
I hope I don't know. I didn't run this through. Hopefully we're good showing this.
Oh yeah.
Have what on? What do you... I've been frantically text messaging you for 3 hours. I thought you were ignoring me. But I guess you don't have one of these. Huh?
What is it?
This happens to be an e-helmet, and it will change the way you think and live forever.
Yeah, and what about the pack?
It allows the
That's it. That's the whole joke. The rest of the joke is that they keep adding peripherals for the rest of it, rest of the episode until he actually cannot walk around anymore and has to have like a dolly that kind of hangs him upside down like a vampire.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's great. The text messaging works via a special protocol, i.e. a billboard that he wears on his head.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the glasses they would sell like that?
Kind of, yeah.
Like LED.
Yeah. Like the Raver glasses?
Yeah, they're like the Kanye stronger glasses.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a comment from LinkedIn user. For some reason on StreamYard. Let me pull this up. We can blast StreamYard a little bit.
Okay.
StreamYard is a product we pay for and does not have the best integration with LinkedIn or Instagram. Instagram's new, but LinkedIn, I don't know. It's probably a LinkedIn thing, but like they just say LinkedIn user. You see that?
Yeah.
Where is it? LinkedIn user. This is ridiculous. How are we supposed to interact with our community if it just says LinkedIn user.
Sorry, LinkedIn user 70223. What did they say? Oh, there we go.
This is ridiculous. Thank you for showing the silliness. I'm an Apple fan. Never thought that this would actually stick.
Yeah. I mean, I as I said in 2000 and what I think 8, whenever the iPad came out, I don't hate the Apple Vision Pro per se. The headline that was at Silicon Angles. I don't hate the iPad per se. I don't hate it. I just think they made a series of silly decisions. It could have been a lot better. I would like to see the Apple version of the X Reels, because they would probably have a bunch of cool features like being able to turn the tint on or off depending on where you are.
Yeah, those are the features.
A ton of new sensors, right? Stuff like that. But
do you think they have the Vision Pros at the Apple Store? Can we please go and I'm not putting that shit on. That's gross. That's probably, but let's just go see. Let's take is there an Apple Store within your?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean the North Park. It's
Yeah.
like
Let's do it.
not that far away. We can go that one.
While we may or may not have been demonetized for that clip, do you want to shout out our sponsor?
Oh sure, yeah. So I probably should have done that off the top. We still got to get build the right muscles and habits. So we are brought to you by Harper Belmont, underwritten, supported by Harper Belmont. You should start a podcast. If you want to start a podcast, the best way to do it is in this studio right here. Go to harperbelmont.com and you will find out more.
Nice.
Sorry.
Good job.
Yeah.
And viewers like you.
Yes,
pay
that's
us
right.
money.
That's right. Harper, so you go to themergetv.eth. And we will soon have a .eth.limo site up that will talk about, how you can listener support our work here.
Hell yeah. LinkedIn user, if you would like.
Right.
What else? Did we miss anything? Let's see.
I mean, I'm sure we did. There was so many clips. I kind of went nuts this week. Yeah. Just a bunch of like photos of people wearing them. And
I mean, that's sick as fuck. That's cool. You not telling me that's cool?
where do you think they are though? Like they are it looks like a kind of a classy, I don't know, New York, Manhattan type place.
Oh yeah.
So where do you think they are that's better than that in AR space?
Minecraft, Roblox, Subway Surfers.
Sure.
You could put Subway Surfers over your whole life now.
Right. And that was kind of the thing that they were doing in the Simpsons clip from 2016 was it was Marge and Homer in bed having virtual sex with each other while they just laid motionless next to each other. But now you can do that, but with the kind of the nightmare fuel
the avatars
we saw in the first clip. This is the guy. So angrily swiping and like this got to be fake, right? That or he's just that good at And how big is the I don't want to make fun of the guy for being short, but he does either that Cybertruck dwarfs his size or he's a very small dude.
Yeah, that truck is not that big.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Like it's just I feel like I could get myself in trouble making fun of all the things that leap out to me in that clip.
Please do it. I mean, we love short kings. We have plenty in the office. We're fine with that.
It's definitely he's definitely a hobbit. Look at the size of the feet compared to the size of the person.
Mark.
Look.
Hobbit.
Well, the hobbits, big feet, small people, right?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That must have been in the Silmarillion. I don't know.
That's how they make them look bigger in that forced perspective stuff on the movie, was they gave them like giant prosthetic feet.
They say don't text and drive, but they don't say don't Apple Vision Pro and drive. I mean, this is working pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. I got my freaking desktop on the
Notice
left,
how
I got my
those
text on the
cameras
right.
are just sticking out.
Better than this.
Like,
You know, they say don't text and drive, but they
when the
don't say
camera's
don't
on them.
Apple Vision Pro and drive.
Oh, and this is the other thing that I was saying. I felt like, I don't know if I gave you this clip or if because there's so many that I saw that I didn't throw on the list because it was already so many videos already. But somebody did like a video of them on their bicycle with like Google Maps in front of them, showing what a great user experience is. And honestly, it's a great application of the technology to have have a map up in front of you in AR space while you're traveling around, especially on a bike. But the way the Apple Vision Pro does it is they put it like straight in your field of vision. Like you can't, for some reason, maybe it was just the way the person was using it. I don't know. The
you could
X-Reels,
probably pin it wherever you want.
I would assume so, but why would you throw it directly in your field of vision? Like the X-Reels have this option for whenever you're doing that, whenever you're like moving around, either walking or on a bike or something, and it's actually puts it off to the side so that it's not blocking anything.
I mean, the ultimate AR would be like not having that display, but having like arrows pop up when you need to turn.
Right.
Or,
Yeah.
You know, like it really augmenting the reality.
Well, so Google Maps has that mode on Android, right? Where it's like, because you've got the Street View stuff, and so whenever you're walking around, it doesn't support it when you're on a bike. I think it turns off on bike mode. But like if you're walking around, there's a Street View where you can kind of move your head around, and it'll if you full screen the app, it's most meant to be done like with your phone like this. But if you have the phone in your pocket, it's the only kind of way to trick the X-Reel into using it in augmented reality mode. If you have the phone in your pocket, it will like pick out where your body is, and then you just have them in the side screen mode, and it'll actually show if you're walking up to the right building or not. You know.
Speaking of Androids,
Yes. Yeah, unconfirmed. I'm assuming this is correct because why wouldn't Apple just block out every Android user? This was like a cool concept for I think earlier up on the thread, it was like basically kind of like an AR dating app or something like that, but then he showed how he created the mock-up. Yeah. This was the thing that I thought was a little interesting.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I am out on Web3. What are people talking about?
Okay, so this is like one of those things where you have to deconstruct it if you're not deep into the degen world. FriendTech was a version of Twitter that actually is a version of like private telegrams.
Yeah, it just recently got it's gone, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much dead. It was hot for a minute, but they screwed up on some of the tech, and a lot of people lost their money on it. I was one of the people. I lost like half an Ethereum or something because but there was some bug where if you withdrew your money from it, it would just send it to a black hole. So, but it was basically a gimmick where you could have like you have to buy a token to access a private chat room, and then they moved it into like a Twitter-like clone where you could make money off of it, much like what Twitch used to work like, which was a Bitcoin SV based version of Twitter. Yeah, I mean, there's some cool stuff about it. I liked it for a while, but it was just plagued by a bunch of bad bugs.
I think we ran through them. This is my favorite though. This is good. That's you, but replace that with X-Reel.
Right.
Or I was in prison.
So many things about me. Yes.
Yeah. I think anything else you want to chat about?
No, I got all my little talking points in, I think. I mean, I think the Vision Pro it had a lot of potential, but I think the best thing we're going to get out of is the memes for a little while.
When do you think you're going to get an opportunity to try it out?
I mean, I'm not going to spend $3,500 on it. So
no, who I'm asking which friend is.
Which friend? First? You know what? I think there's a possibility Mark Shutt gets pressured into doing it.
Maybe he's gonna make one degen trade and be like, "Oh, okay,
yeah, exactly."
Got 3,500. I hope he does because I want to mess with it. I mean,
right?
It's still cool. I mean, I'd still mess with it for like probably 30 minutes.
I mean, that's the whole thing with AR and VR anyway. Like if I didn't need these where I was at, right? If I didn't have to wear them every day to use my desktop, I probably would not have gotten in the habit of using it regularly.
I noticed after you got out to now, you've stopped using it. Like they started digging, even those are super light, and they started digging like trenches into your nostrils.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
yeah, no, I can only wear these like 3 days a week before and 80 grams. That's not much. 3 days a week, and it kind of starts becoming uncomfortable. I even got like an eye infection one time. I don't think it was this thing's fault, but like it was after I had the eye infection.
Maybe, Mark, you were walking around with open wounds on your nose.
Well, even when I had the eye infection, it was uncomfortable to look at the screen that close.
But still way better. Still a usable product.
Right, for sure. It is. Yeah, like I had a
sponsor us.
What do you call it? The cardboard based Samsung one. I forget what it was called, but basically it was the one where
you put your phone in there.
You put your phone in it, but it was a good, like it was a serious. It wasn't made out of actual cardboard.
We have one up in that hallway entering that Banksy TV gave us.
Oh, okay. And then my kid had one of the Oculuses that I played with for a while, and they're fun to play with for about a month.
Beat Saber, get out of here.
I mean, they're fun for about a month, you know, like you explore the ecosystem, you play all the apps, you like watch some 360 videos or something on YouTube, and you're like, okay, that's cool.
Well, I'm still pushing that we get everyone who comes through this studio for their show to go into the metaverse and fuck around. Imagine Corey in the metaverse.
But which metaverse?
The Facebook one, whatever the the meta one.
Right. Well, there's like 3 or 4.
I don't know.
Yeah. That was the thing. Like I tried to find like some metaverse stuff to play with, and like either the ones that looked the coolest to me were a little bit janky, or you go into one and like, it's like, you go into the lobby of the room and it's just exactly what you would expect like an Xbox game of Call of Duty to be like. Just a bunch of teenage guys making awful jokes that you're like, okay,
but you could like do finger to people.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So yeah,
cool. One more. You want to give another test out so we can clip this?
Oh sure, yeah. Do another host read thing?
Yep.
Yep. So it's been a great episode of reacting to silly people wearing things on their face. Brought to you by Harper Belmont Studios. You should start a podcast. Go to harperbelmont.com to learn more.
And with that,
we're out.
We'll see. Oh, no Mark Shutt this week.
None?
Sadly. I think he's out of town for 2 weeks.
Got it. Okay.
I can pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Frank tomorrow.
Yep. So see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Out.
You're watching The Merge. Business, finance, and tech news and opinion. We keep you up to date so you don't have to go out there searching for what's new. You can hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the TikTok subscribe, the Instagram subscribe. We're going to keep you up to date wherever you are.